Hello everyone, this is StarMaster42 reporting to you on March 2nd, 2026. In this video, I'm going to be showing y'all how I will be animating, because in the last video, I basically just said what I somewhat know about animation, just a little what I know kind of review. But this is what I know. So there might be some stuff in there that I may not know, or that I've said incorrectly. So in this video, we're going to be talking about how will I animate. So one thing about animation, it takes a lot of time. And it takes a lot of time, material, and money. So I have a few ways of animating what I want to do. And my idea is that I want to animate hand-drawn animation, because you got so many ways of animating nowadays. You got stop motion, you got hand-drawn, you got computer animated, so much. But I'll be doing classic hand-drawn animation, because honestly, I don't really have an art program on my computer, and even if I do, I don't know how to use it, so that's why I'm going to be sticking to hand-drawn. But the problem with hand-drawn animation is that, once again, all this paper just for a little circle going up and down, quite an animation. So yeah. But one thing about animation is that you have to know exactly where your image is going, because you can't be guessing all the time. Because the image of something that you want moving needs to match every frame on how it's transitioning. Otherwise, you just got a dot moving absolutely everywhere and it makes no sense. Question though is, how will this be animated? Well, first reason, light. You're gonna need good light in order to animate, because here's how it'll work. You got your first picture, and then you got your second picture, often a blank piece of paper. Put them together, and then you can somewhat see where the image is going. Obviously, you can't see it right here because it's far away. But from my perspective, I can just barely see the second image on the first paper, on top of the first paper. So here's where something like this comes in. Yep. So what this basically is that it's a drawing pad. I already unboxed it because I used it a couple times. But the main reason why I got this thing, I got it for Christmas, so thank you. So yeah, here's what the drawing pad looks like. The reason why I asked for this for Christmas was because if you're gonna be animating, you're gonna be needing light, and you gotta be overlapping the images, and so this thing will help you draw better with it. I thought there was a pen with it. Anyway, let's go ahead and transition to the drawing phase. Alright, now that we transitioned, here's how this drawing pad works. So, it looks like a regular board, like an iPad. It does have a stand, so if you're going to be working, you can just do this. But for the purpose of this video, gotta lay it flat so that y'all can see my perspective on how the animation works. So, on the side, I have 3 buttons. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and y'all can see it. Now, one of the buttons powers on the tablet. Yeah, and I have to wait a few seconds so the camera can catch on with the light intensity. One button changes the color, because as we may know, specific types of paper have different types of... Yeah, certain paper has different colors, so you need something that'll blend in better. for the last one, which increases brightness. And so yeah, I just gotta, there you go. Yeah, because it can go a lot higher than that. The reason why I had to take it away was so that the camera doesn't have an error and y'all don't get some sort of warning. Alright, so how you draw in it is, you grab your piece of paper, and you can literally see how the paper is constructed as well before you even draw. So you have that. You're basically doing your little doodle right here. And when you're finished, you need to grab a second piece of paper. And what you're going to do is you're going to place it on top of that first paper, overlapping it. What this does is that, and y'all can see it right there too. What this does is, it's letting you see where the image is going from there. And so as such, it allows you to create the motion as you draw. And as I stack more and more paper with the circle on it, you can see it going up, and up. I think the limit is like 4, because after the 4th paper, you won't really see the 5th paper on the bottom. But anyway, that's pretty much what this tablet does. That's how you'll be able to animate. But I guess I will have to say how the animation process is done. A little bit in depth about it. So what I see online is how old school hand drawn animation is done. So first what they'll do is they'll do a rough sketch of the character they want to draw, and then the whole sequence about how they'll move. And then next, they'll overlap that rough draft with a blank piece of paper, basically clean it up, make the line straighter, more connected. And so you got your character, but with no color. So the third paper basically redraws that second outline, and you add color to it, getting yourself the finished product. And so when that's done, now next is the background problem. Because animation, there's always a background, but most people tend not to pay attention to that. They're paying attention more to the moving images. So how the backgrounds work is, you got your first paper with the background, and this is what I believe happens. Because nowadays, hand-drawn animation is rarely done, but there is a call for it to come back, so yeah. So first you got your background, then you'll have your characters next. But if you're really fancy, then you'll have double backgrounds, then you'll add another piece of paper onto those backgrounds with your character on it. And then when that's done, when you're done taking the picture for that, then you grab that character, you take that image out, then you put the next one in, and then you repeat. That's how we'll be able to animate. Real question though is that how will I show the animation? Now, so something I'm thinking is that I can place my images right here. I have to align it just right. Take a photo, and then I move on to the next. But I gotta find a way to get rid of these measuring stuff. Yeah, those rulers, because it will take the picture of that unless I got enough detail onto the image. Because right now this is just blank. Yeah, one bad thing about these tablets is that, yeah, even though they're portable, you gotta make sure you charge it, because Otherwise, the battery will die out. This thing is rechargeable, so that's good on me. And the plug is right here. I believe it's USB-C. It's one of those modern USB plugs. And so yeah, that's basically how we're going to animate. Using this tablet and having our papers, we'll be able to animate, and then I can just document each image to create the illusion of animation. Probably in the next video, I'm going to showcase how exactly I will digitalize the images. Because I can't just run them in through a printer scanner. Because something I'm planning on doing is having a more detailed background. So yeah, with that, we're going to be signing off. We hope y'all enjoyed, and we can't wait to see y'all tomorrow.